Today I'm going to show you how to use Microsoft's passwordless authentication using Microsoft Entra ID Temporary Access Pass. We'll configure a passwordless authentication system that works from day one, taking users seamlessly from onboarding all the way to access into the Microsoft services. TAP is a time-limited password that allows users to log in and set up their strong authentication mechanism such as MFA or FIDO security keys. Think of it as a secure bridge that gets users from no access to having passwordless authentication. Let's talk about licenses. You either need Entra ID P1 or Entra ID P2, or you can also opt in for M365 E3 or E5, which already includes these two licenses. The critical advantage here is user experience and security. Traditional IT often create temporary weak passwords which users reuse or leave them on their sticky notes. Temporary access pass generates highly secure password that can be destroyed after the first use. Here's how the flow works. You generate a temporary access pass for a new user, send it through a secure channel, and the user sign in with the password. Immediately after getting access, user will set up Windows Hello Authenticator app or a security key, and the temporary password becomes invalid. So no password ever exists in your environment. As someone who has done this one for multiple organizations, I've seen issue with the passwords firsthand. People forget to change them, it stays in their email, or the account just stays with the temporary password for weeks or days. I often recommend using TAP in two different methods. The first one is the user onboarding. Once you onboard a user and create an account for them in the Entra ID, instead of generating a temporary password, you create a TAP password for them. You send them the TAP password using a secure channel and then help them onboard their authentication methods that they would like to use. The second scenario is for password recovery. If the user is completely logged out of their account, instead of generating a temporary password, you generate a TAP account password. That way they can log in and set up their MFA and other security keys. Let me show you how to set this up. I am going to log into my Microsoft Azure account and then follow from there. First, we need to configure our TAP policies. I'm going to search for authentication methods and click on Microsoft Entra authentication methods. Under the policy, you should see temporary access pass. Currently, it's not enabled, so I'm going to click through this, toggle the enable. You can optionally choose a group of user, or you can just simply say all users. Head over to configure and click edit. This is where you set all the key values, for how long you want the password to be valid for. In the minimum lifetime policy, I can set 1 hour. In the maximum, we can set 8 hours. You can also choose to say if this is a one-time password or you want the users to be able to use this password multiple times. Click update and save, and this should enable your temporary access policy. Let's create a user account and test our policy. Head over to Microsoft Entra ID and click on users. Click new user and create new user. Give any name to your test user. I'll just say test user. For now, I will leave the password as it is since I don't need the password. Click review and create, and finally create. Once the user account is provisioned, click refresh and scroll through the user list to find the user account. Click on the user account and on the left side window, find the authentication methods and click on that. On the left side top, click on the authentication method, and here you will find a temporary access pass. From the list of methods, choose temporary access pass. You can optionally choose delayed start time if you want the password to start maybe a week later. In here, I'll click add, and finally I'll have the password to log in. Next up, we'll log into the Azure account and use the user account and the password to log in and see how it works. So I have a new browser tab open here. I'm going to login.microsoftonline.com, and here I'm going to use the test account email account that we just created. And you can see on this password page, I don't see the enter password. Instead, I'm seeing the enter temporary access pass option. So I'm going to put that password here and just sign in again. And here you have it. The user is logged in and there was no blocker. They don't have to go through a password account. At this point, you can help the user set up the authentication methods, choose the FIDO keys or the MFA application on their mobile. With that, you have set up the temporary access policy for your Entra ID tenant. The technical configuration is pretty straightforward, but it goes a long way when you consider user experience and the user security. If you like this video, please subscribe for more weekly content. And I would love to hear what you are doing in your Entra ID tenant to secure and manage your user onboarding experience.